Okay, we're going to talk about installing and removing bicycle pedals. First, since the pedals are already installed on this bicycle, we will take them off. This is a big issue for a lot of people. We see a lot of customers come in where their pedals are installed improperly, and it can actually ruin your pedal and your crank. So you want to make sure that you're doing this properly. So to take the pedals off, what we're going to use is we're going to use a 15mm pedal wrench. Basically, the difference between this and another 15mm wrench is just that it's a lot narrower, so it can get in between the actual pedal and the crank arm, which is the arm that protrudes out from the bicycle. So you're going to put the pedal wrench on the pedal, and to remove the pedals, you go towards the back of the bike. So they have different threads on both sides. The drive side is righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. The non-drive side is the opposite. That's where a lot of people get confused. So there's one pedal off. Let me go around here. I'm going to do the same with the other pedal. So this pedal, remember, the non-drive side pedal is right loose, left tight. So towards the back of the bike is loosening, towards the front of the bike is tightening. Also, a lot of times, bicycle pedals, especially modern ones, will have a hex wrench or an Allen wrench hole right here, which is usually 6mm or 8mm. Pretty much most things on bicycles are metric, so you want to make sure you have a metric set laying around. Now, to install bicycle pedals, you want to make sure that you have the right and left distinguished. A lot of times they say on them R and L. If they don't, then you can look at the threading or start to try it on the bicycle. If it doesn't work, then make sure to back off quickly. You want to make sure that you have some grease. This is just a park tool grease. It's kind of the most common for putting on pedals. And make sure that your threads don't seize and you can't get your pedal off. So when installing the pedal, make sure that you have the proper pedals. This is the right side or the drive side. And make sure that you use just your hands. You don't want to use the tool until you're almost done. So remember, towards the front of the bike is tightening. So I'm going to do righty-tighty. And I get all the way till it's flush with the crank, and then you can use either your 6mm or 8mm hex, depending on the size of the pedal, or your 15mm pedal wrench. And you make sure you put about 50 pounds of force on the pedal. Not too much, not too little. You don't want to make sure it's on there for the rest of its life, but you also want to make sure that it's not going to come off. So then taking the left pedal and making sure that you're threading towards the front of the bike. This is the pedal that most people get wrong. They try to do righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. That's not the way it works. And they'll cross-thread the pedal. So this is important that you're using your hands to make sure that you're not putting a tool on it and cross-threading it. So also what you can do is you can hold it right there, and it makes it so you can just spin backwards like that, and it spins right on. So you can see with the tool as well, where you just spin backwards and it threads right on both sides, drive and non-drive side. So then make sure you get the proper amount of torque, and that's how you install pedals.